Anyways, this is Martell. This is your you know those darn motorcycles. Anyways, can y'all see me all right? Got this new ring light. I like this. I like this. I'm gonna talk about interest and talk about put your heart into the art, and that is it's basically like a two-part video. One is like a prelude to the beginning of the podcast series, basically a sequel to an intro and a previous video. I get ready to upload some video and all that. 60 frames per second, but still kind of like lagging also. Until you guys gotta bear with to upgrade. I'm upgrading everything to a new computer and all that. My main computer I really want to upgrade to. Sorry, didn't want to belch on the microphone. That'd be disrespectful to the viewers and listeners. And yeah. Talk, put your heart into your art, you know what I'm saying? This is literally my art. Outside recording music, if you haven't noticed, I'm very blessed to say thank you to 1,000 subscribers and all that. And let's keep growing. Let's keep growing, keep going. And yeah. I want to talk about my follow-up to the origin story by Sincerely Yours with Mr. Martell Sincere, literally the name of the show. That is, my origin story is I was born with a disability, with speech impediment, and I dealt with stutter and all that. Actually, which was inspiration for music was actually didn't even know when I was growing up as a child. May he rest in peace, as well as Scatman John and his wife and all that. May they both rest in peace. And also my favorite artist of all time, Michael Jackson. So yeah, let's get into it. My bad, I got this in my notes and stuff. I don't know, but I almost will show the name. Anyways, it talk about celebrities, how they deal with mental health and all that, and have interesting topics and all that. But I'm gonna do that as a two-part video and all that. And that is, or add it here just in case. My origin story is I was born only child. I was born with two disabled parents. May they rest in peace too. My mom passed in 2003, April 13, 2003. And my dad, August 31st, 2014. My mom passed away from a heart attack at 40 years old. And my dad passed at 64 due to kidney failure and all that. And my journeys had not been easy at all. Like they say, nothing in life is easy. So that being said, kind of like this setup here, And getting to the meat and potatoes. Ooh, I just now thought about something. Put in my phone do not disturb mode so that none just don't come out blasting while I'm talking. Anyways, let's get into the meat and potatoes. My origin story, basically, it was awful, I dealt with a lot bullying, fights, self-depreciation, self-hatred, and yeah, this is my therapy way. My therapy, this is my therapy, making content is my therapy, literally, so it gives me a purpose, it gives me a drive and all that, and I feel as time go on, I want to feel grounded. I want to make the audience and the viewers and the listeners feel grounded to know what I come from and all that, where my battles, my doubts, and stuff like that. I'm still working on. Just came back from therapy and all that, and it feel pretty good. It's okay to admit that you need help. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get that out there, cause I don't know if you actually followed me for this channel or not, but I give you a refresher. I was forced into therapy against my will, And just to make a summary, because I'm also want to talk about mental health too, and that is, I was forced by the law twice, and I'm just speed running this right now because I don't want to bore you or anything with too much detail. So let's get into it. Back in 2006, me and my cousin, it was July 4th, 2006. We were celebrating July 4th downtown in Toledo, Ohio. It was about a river, right before we got to the river and all that, to watch the fireworks and stuff. and somehow I did not know I had stopped a would-be invasion or robbery and all that. I had to keep. It's such nasty censorship on YouTube nowadays. I apologize for that. I guess it was a bunch of young black boys that's ready, stick up the store and all that. I said, why you want to stick up the store? And because they was hungry, I said, I'll pay for it. You know what I'm saying? And they were literally looking at me with tears in their eyes, like, thank you. No one ever did that for us. I said, I don't want to see a bunch of young black boys in prison. And after that, I saw my cousin, my partner, and all that was handcuffed to the ground. I said, "Hey, what's going on, officers?" And all of a sudden, it was these 10 Caucasian officers beating up on me, like Rodney King and Tupac Shakur. May they both rest in peace, And I also got my start into music. I've been a songwriter. Speaking back on origin story, I've been a songwriter for 20 years, inspired by Tupac Shakur and all that. My dad bought a Tupac album called Tupac Resurrection 2003. Unfortunately, I lost the CD and all that. I'm mad. But that's what got me into songwriting was that gentleman right there, Tupac Shakur. And boy, we talk about social awareness. I talk about also that my on this podcast, social awareness and justice, police brutality, forced mental health, and all that. And that's when I got beat up by the cops, and I just got mad. I said, me and my partner, we spat on the windshield and all that when a guy's handcuffed and all. They didn't have held guns at us and all that. It was hectic. Then I think a week or so later, I had to go see a judge and all that. And the police, what would that be? The sheriff did not like me. And I don't like him. I said, I told him, I tell him up front that you're a racist. You know what I'm saying? Targeting young black kids and all that. He did not like what I was calling. I didn't care. Music keeps me alive. Keeps me going. It's been my safe space too. For podcasting, actually, ironically, it was music. You know what I'm saying? And still is, so I'm learning how to make beats and stuff. I'm learning how to make music as time go on. And it feels good to get this off my chest or so, And I want to tell everybody, ladies, gentlemen, he, she, they, whatever, what I'm saying? No discrimination here. Black, white, Asian, Latino, so forth. Not prejudice or anything. Just saying for what it is. If you're suffering or you're dealing with mental health, don't be like me and forced to get help. Please get the help at your own pace, at your own lecture and all that, because I know it's hard for me to discuss about therapy because that was lived against my will or go to prison for. And back to the story about I had to do anger management in 2006 and 7, and I got arrested again for the last time in 2007 because I was harassed and bullied and disrespected by one of the classmates at the time, and they arrested me. And they had another year of therapy and anger management and community service. Oh boy. Yeah. So on that note, if you can, therapy's not cheap, you know what I'm saying? Therapy's not cheap. And I'm sorry about the lag, y'all. Yeah, that's the second and final time got arrested. Then my dad said he was disappointed. That's how you want to see your life, Martell. In and out of prisons and stuff like that. I said, no, Dad, that's not me and all that. I was just tired of being disrespected, you know what I'm saying? So I had to stand up for myself. Sometimes you always gotta do that. I said, Dad, this ain't the back in the days and stuff, you know what I'm saying? This is here now, you know what I'm saying? And I've been keeping it for literally 2 decades of this nonsense of police brutality, racism, discrimination, and all that. So take it from me firsthand experience, and it sucks. I can't see it, but they gave me a marking on my head. Take it how you see it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, on the contrary note, the third time that I call it the third time technically, got forced into a psych ward, mental hospital and all that. Let me just say, it was not that much of a pleasant experience, that's all I can say. without sound ableist, without sound disrespectful. I'm just saying the obvious, cannot just be real. For my audience with disabilities, from a disabled man myself, I just gonna come out. It's gonna come out the closet. It is ableist. All right, you want to be real? There's a lot of weirdos, psychos, and all that. I'm just come out the closet as Mr. Martell Sincere. Just keeping it here. You know, just in case anybody trying to call me ableist and all that. I just want to tell you up front, my journey I had to deal with a bunch of ableists, call me out my character name and all that. So I just want to make some clarifications before I go on. And what you want to get out of this podcast, as some of y'all say, is, save lives, you know what I'm saying? If I could save a life, or at least one life, that's all that matters, That's also dealing with afflictions, addictions. Speaking on addictions, when I was in the psych ward, I can remember this part very clearly. You see how addiction really is. It's very traumatizing. Sugar addiction. And I learned that too, myself too, being type 2 diabetic and all that. And since 2016, so I've been an awakening period. Why you was in a psych ward? Some of you might ask, and that is, well, I try to delete myself. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Self-deletion. Yeah, I had to be careful what I say on YouTube nowadays, and social media could do the censorship. So call me how you everyone see it. So yeah, I tried to delete myself because I was going for some dark, at that time, really dark shit. My dad had passed in 2014. Then my mother passed 2003. All of that decades of just depressing, stress, and turmoil, trauma, and all that catch up to me and all that, And yeah, let's change up for a little bit. Let's talk about the positive origins. What got you in the podcast, and some of y'all interested. That's it. Well, I love to talk. You literally see my videos on social media. If you follow me as Mr. Martell Sincere, or on my other channel as Martell Cool with THA in it. I do talk literally about this all the time, about my mental health, loneliness, and stuff like this and all that. But at that time, the reason I also retired that channel too, because mentally I was not in a great place when doing those kind of videos. I did True Force Lonely videos because I do live alone, just being obvious here. And I want to bring it down to earth too, why I'm doing podcast hosting and all that, because I love to speak, you know what I'm saying? And I love that I do literally YouTube videos all the time, so it's like a natural transition, hosting. And plus I want to learn, I also like to get into voice acting as well as recording music. I want to test out my vocal chops and all that, I've been a songwriter for 20 years. I've been a recording artist for nearly 20 years, since 2007. 2024, nearly 20 years. Speaking experience and all that. And just also, I guess I was saying this to an interesting gentleman too about this too. It's like, when I was growing up, nobody didn't sound like me, didn't look like me, didn't behave like me, especially be the only child. Like, everybody around me, literally around me, had brothers and sisters. So I want to make a video about, however it goes, And besides songwriting, music helps me cope with music is my therapy, Also found out, talked to also another gentleman, Double. I love his channel and all that so much. I love his channel. I love animation video. I want to say thank you, Double, for leaving your dope comments. We'll talk about something that's pretty profound, like content creation is like therapy too, And since it is therapeutic, I'm saying it's therapeutic for me, therapeutic for y'all, the listeners, the viewers, subscribers, and I'm getting ready to close off. I'm very, very positive right now after having that great, deep conversation about therapy and all that. I want to add this in too, as I'm talking to y'all, talk about well, yeah, I gotta be careful what I say on YouTube. Mental health, addictions, substance abuse, traumatic events, isolation, addiction to drugs, alcohol, sugar, food, and depression, memory loss. When I was actually in that place, I was very thankful for a friend that actually told me at the time. I didn't know that he remember. I remember some parts about the addiction because that literally scared me because we almost deleted a woman in a psych ward because we gave her. I guess he was begging us for sugar. Like, can you give me some sugar? Can you give me? I need some sugar. Like out of her mind, like rapidly out of her mind, crazy and all that. I'm just being real with the audience. And that started me. I ain't gonna front. That started the living bejesus out of me. Yeah. So for now, I'm having fun, doing the video podcast and video editing and all that. And oh yeah, what program I use? I use Filmola. I use my webcam is Razer Cairo Pro and Sire V3 Mini V3 Mini. And I also want to keep this in mind for the next episode. And that is affordability, you know what I'm saying? I want to bring a down to earth approach. I want to bring a relatable approach. I want to bring, be ourselves, being authentic and all that. So wrapping up this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out my website at tmartellcloud.com. Let's go. Let's grow. Let's connect. Let's heal. It's also a healing process as I'm doing this podcast, hosting stuff too. So I'm also healing myself. So it's a benefit for all of us. You know what I'm saying? I guess here's the ignorant, selfish part behind it. That is about therapy and all that. Going back to what I was saying. It took me nearly 2 decades to actually admit that I had a problem, and I'm working on it, by doing this, this is my therapy. Content creation, video editing, podcasting, recording, music, voice acting. This is my love, you know what I'm saying? So this is up my alley. Anyways, T Martell Clout is out. Check your host. By sincerely yours with Martell Sincere. Later.